Garbiñe, how did you feel out there in your first match?
I felt that I didn't compete since a while, but in a good way. I think it was a difficult match. I think Flipkens is a very different game. She's very talented and she can hit some incredible shots and she can be tricky. So I'm happy because it was not a first easy match, like a first round, and I don't know. It's a big win for me, actually.
Why would you say that it's a big win for you?
Because I didn't play since Dubai and I rested, so it's not that I've been training a lot and super hard. I've been training all I could to come here prepared. So I also arrived on Wednesday and I was playing on Friday, so I tried to adapt fast and having her in the first round. So it's a lot of combination, you know. Well, I was in New York and I was doing an exhibition there, which was felt like a rock star. But yeah, it was fun. So with one thing and another one, I came here on Wednesday.
Do you enjoy being a rock star?
Well, that day, yes, obviously. You're in the Madison Square Garden and you see a lot of, there is a room like with all the historical moments and stuff, and you feel like, wow, I'm here, I'm part of this, and I'm going to play in front of people, and it's like an honor to be there, actually.
And then arriving here, how did you feel?
I feel good. I love this tournament, by the way. Well, everybody loves this tournament. They call it the fifth like Grand Slam almost. So it's true that it's very different conditions here from the previous tournaments as well. So I feel good. I'm going to keep hopefully playing more matches.
So if this felt like a big win, what are your expectations for the tournament?
Well, I don't know. I never know my expectations for the tournament. I believe every time I play a tournament, I see myself holding a trophy, for sure. I want to believe that I'm one of these women that can win the tournament. But after that, I can lose in third round. So I just want to go out there in my next match and try to play well, try to do my game, basically.
Why do you think this tournament is called the Fifth Slam? What makes it so Fifth Slammy?
Well, they have a lot of courts, practice courts. They have a huge center court and actually a lot little stadiums as well. And every year I come, there's something new. And the space they have, well, is a premium mandatory for us, and for men's also is big. So everything makes it very, very good.
You feel like this tournament's sort of in a league of its own, category of its own almost, compared to the rest of the WTA events?
Well, between the Premier Mandatory, this is much bigger space. It's a little bit nicer. But I don't know. I just love here. I love California. I love the weather. I think it's a very healthy place as well. So it's just a mix.
You eat the fancy food they have here? They got all sorts of crazy restaurants here. So.
No, I actually heard that there is a super restaurant somewhere here. But honestly, my life is here, the gym, and the practice courts. I didn't even know there was like a huge screen that I just saw now there.
Okay.
So yeah, sometimes you never see the other side of the tournament. Like when I go and I never walk around and see what's for the fans.
Garbi, how do you, I suppose, meet up with, you say you see yourself holding a trophy at the end of the tournament, but then you might lose third round. So how do you try and avoid the early loss so you can do what you believe you can do?
Well, I think it's very important to believe that you are a good player, and then if you do what you have to do, you can be an optional winner. I don't know if it makes sense. Like you can be the winner. But after that, obviously, I can lose in first round, quarterfinals. This doesn't matter. But I always, when I go to a tournament, I'm like, I see myself like, holding a trophy. Maybe it doesn't happen, but I don't know. It's self-confidence, I guess.
When you won the French Open and you were actually holding a big trophy at the end, did it feel all sort of like, I've dreamed this or I've imagined this, like this is normal in a way? Because I remember thinking when you did it that you didn't look as surprised, maybe as sometimes first-time winners do.
Yeah. I don't know how the first-time winners look, but it's true that the 2 previous years I lost in the quarterfinals, and I was like, I'm not far. I had that feeling like, I think I'm good in clay, and I think I'm playing well, and maybe one year I can go farther than quarterfinals. And I don't know. A lot of people told me that I wasn't that surprised, but I don't know how to act. I was like happy. I was trying to be composed also, I think.
When you win a major, how does that change the journey for you? Because obviously around you a lot of things change once you win a major. What was that like? What kind of education has it been for you? And do you look to people like maybe Angelique to see how they've adjusted after winning the first major?
Yeah, of course. I think it's always very tricky because everybody's waiting for when are you going to win the next one. That's the classic, but it's actually very difficult, and I think it's a privilege, first of all, to feel like this. And once you taste the sweet honey, you're like, you want more of that. So obviously, every time I go to a Grand Slam, I'm like super excited. I'm like, I know this is a huge tournament. I don't know, you're like more motivated. But I don't know, we'll see what happens. So far, I'm still good.
Is there any experience you got from winning a Grand Slam that you wouldn't have expected? Something you know about winning one?
Like if something happened that I
Just
didn't.
about maybe the amount of work it takes, or the length of the tournament, any experience that you now have that you didn't have?
Sorry, I don't really understand the question. Like.
You never really know what it feels like to actually do it.
Uh-huh.
So what do you know now that you didn't know very long ago?
I know that doing final and winning is nothing comparable. I think nobody remembers the finalist. I think that the first matches of a Grand Slam are the key matches. I felt that when I went there to French Open and I had a tough round. First one, third set, weather. It was such a hard condition, and I went through. And then another match I went through, and after is very beautiful. It's those first matches that are the ones that really you see who is the best player.
The weather was terrible at the French Open last year when you won. Do you now enjoy terrible weather as like a positive?
Well, I just think it was hard because it was clay and there was no roof, and it was like wet all the time. So basically, I was lucky that they didn't cancel me a lot of times. But some players were like canceled. They went on court. They go out the court. They went on court. So I think that's a little bit pain in the butt.
With the perspective you have with your first slam now, do you think in general people underestimate how difficult it actually is to have that accomplishment?
I don't know if it's underestimated. I just think that people, when they see someone winning, they already think that, okay, I'll give you an example. Like when I played French Open and I won the French Open, everybody thought that I was going to do final in Wimbledon, and that's so difficult. There is only one player in the entire draw that is going to win a Grand Slam, and that's how amazing is what Serena is doing. That she has, I don't even know how many, and Kerber also. So I just think it's most of the people are just fans, and they just want to, push for the one they like. So sometimes they were like so disappointed. Oh, I didn't win, but in fact it's normal.
Do you know anything about Kayla Day? Who's your next opponent?
No, not really. Well, I heard I think Andrea said that she won the U.S. Open Junior Championship. So, well, that's a big thing, obviously. So I'm just going to explore a little bit, and talk with my coach and see what we can do. But honestly, it's all about my game.
Explore as in like going on YouTube?
I guess so. There is for sure a great tool, and maybe, I don't know. Yeah, there's not a lot of things when you don't know a player at all.
You're a moody player, that your mood affects how you compete very closely, or not so much?
Sorry?
Do you feel like your mood affects your play very much, or not so much?
My mood.
Your mood.
Oh, for sure it affects. But I think not only to play, I think for everything you do. If you're pissed, you're gonna play. You have more options to play bad. If you're feeling happy and motivated, it's like if you have a bad day and you don't change your mindset, even if you go to buy to buy some bread at the supermarket, you're gonna be like, everything is so bad, because it happens to me. I'm like, today I'm very negative, and you have to change it. So, yeah.
Thank you.